Hello everyone, Wolf is here back with another video, and today we will try to beat The Witcher 3 Hearts of Stone without using any signs. This is the second part of the mini-series where I try to beat all of The Witcher 3 without using signs. In the first part we did the main game, so feel free to check that video out before watching this one, as I explained things in a much broader way. But essentially what the rules for the challenge are is that I have to play the game on deathmatch and complete it without using any signs whatsoever, no matter if the usage of the signs is in combat or as a dialogue option. That being said, cutscenes do not count, as I have absolutely no control over Geralt's actions in those cases. Now that we've refreshed our memories on the rules, let's begin with the challenge, and of course we begin by meeting Olgierd von Everec, who gives us a contract to kill a toad that's been terrorizing the Oxenfurt sewers. When you reach the Oxenfurt sewers, however, you meet with an old friend you have not seen since The Witcher 1, and that is Shani. You find her as she's trying to heal a wounded soldier. Unfortunately though, he is already dead and there's nothing she could do. Nonetheless, she decides to try and help you find the Toad Prince. You then face off against a couple of drowners. They're not that difficult to beat and you don't need to use any signs in order to do so, after which you and Shani locate the monster's lair and you tell her to back off because you don't want her to claim any of the glory or reward for killing the beast. She's not particularly happy about it, but leaves you to fight the beast alone. The battle with the Toad Prince can be challenging because the guy has very powerful attacks and can easily poison you, so if you're not careful you're gonna suffer great damages and might even die by his hand. That being said, you have a very good friend that will constantly help you out in this battle, and those are the dancing star bombs, because they will set the toad on fire, after which he will be less mobile and you'll be free to attack it more and more. That being said, when you run out of bombs, your best option is to just sneak behind it and hit it a bunch of times, and then just run away until you can hit it again, after which the Toad Prince battle is complete and you decide to take a short nap on the sewer floor. When Geralt woke up from his nap, he realized that everything was a setup meant to kill him. Thankfully for him, while on the ship towards Ophir, he met with his old friend Master Mirror, who said that in exchange for a favor would release Geralt from his prison. Of course Geralt accepted, after which the ship he was on crashed and was absolutely destroyed. The Ophiri weren't exactly pleased that their ship got destroyed, so they wanted to fight with Geralt, who somehow got his crossbow back, even though in the cutscene he only took some random sword, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, in this fight you do not have to use any signs at all as well, just like in the Toad Prince fight, as you pretty much just fight regular enemies, after which you meet up again with Master Mirror and ask him what his favor is, and to be honest, it's a win-win situation for Geralt, because Master Mirror wants the head of Olgierd von Everec, and so does Geralt, because, well, Olgierd set him up to failure, and so Olgierd had to pay for all of his sins. So Geralt returned to the place where he met with Olgierd. He watched as a few of his goons executed a guy, after which he fought with Olgierd himself and cut off his head. Unfortunately for Geralt, something was very wrong with Olgierd, because when Geralt severed his head, the guy just started clapping at him. It was absolutely ridiculous. How did that happen? Why is this guy still alive? Also, even though the Olgierd fight is pretty difficult and I kinda regretted doing it, it was possible to do without using any signs. You just have to be careful from Olgierd's strikes, because they pretty much kill you with one move. Now that taking Olgierd's head wasn't an option, Geralt had to think of something else, but thankfully just in the nick of time Master Mirror showed up, and the three of you managed to negotiate a good deal where you just had to complete 3 of Olgierd's wishes in order for him to be happy enough and surrender his soul to Gaunter Odim. Olgierd wasn't exactly pleased about the arrangement, however he still shared his first 2 requests. which were to get Maximilian Borsodi's house and to give his brother the day of his life. Geralt didn't think this would be too difficult, however, Gunther Odin was there to give him a few directions nonetheless, and so Geralt set out to get Maximilian Borsodi's house. He tried to buy it fair and square, however, the guy didn't want to sell it, so Geralt only had one final option, and that was to steal it. So he got a few people, you can pick whoever you want for it, as you do not need to use any signs. During the heist mission you don't have to use any signs as well. Geralt just beats up a few guards and that's it, after which you have to choose between one of the Borsodi brothers, and again no signs are required and you just fight with regular enemies. You get Max Borsodi's house, after which you deliver it to Olgierd. He is not exactly pleased about it because you didn't deliver the papers that were inside the house, however that's not your problem. After which you go to meet Shani as she has some information on where to find Vladimir von Everek. Unfortunately for Geralt, this is in the von Everek cemetery. That being said, Geralt is not a quitter, so a small thing like the guy being dead is not gonna stop him, so he raided the von Everek cemetery and tried to resurrect Vladimir. Now, in order to summon Vladimir, you need to set up a fire in the middle of the cemetery, and I tried everything I had. I threw all of my bombs. I tried to use a torch. I tried everything. Absolutely nothing worked to light up this damn blaze, even though it's clearly on fire here. Again, like with the stupid Peller's father's body, no, 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 you have to use Igni. Are you serious? I'm failing the challenge because of this type of technicality? Because stupid Vladimir von Everek is such a douchebag that he won't accept anything but Igni as a fire source? Screw you, Vladimir, I hate you already. After which I have to even fight your stupid family. I'm not even half pleased by killing them again, even though they're dead already, after which Mr. Prick himself, Vladimir, shows up and he possesses Geralt's body, but at this point I don't even care. Anyway, everything goes well with the wedding, however, unfortunately, you have to chase away the dog instead of using Axie on it because we cannot use signs, and that really hurt me so much so that I won Shani the pig plushie in order to pay back for my sins. However, Gunther Odin wasn't happy with it and punished Vladimir harshly. However, that was still enough to please Olgierd and fulfill his second task. Olgierd was starting to get nervous, but who would blame him honestly? This was his final wish before losing his soul, so wanting to go out with a bang, he decided to ask Geralt to give him the rose he gave to his wife all those years ago. Now, in order for Geralt to do that, he had to go to the creepy Von Everek estate, where he had to fight with the caretaker, and even without signs the caretaker wasn't so bad, especially when you manage to master all of his abilities and attacks, then he's not that big of a deal to deal with and you can easily beat him without using signs. When you defeat the caretaker, you meet with the ghostly cat and dog and they help you through the house, after which you have to fight with the wraith of the painting, and you defeat it pretty easily without using signs because it's one of the wraiths which don't require signs in order to damage it. After that, you meet with Iris herself and you go through her memories where you have to fight a bunch of spiders which give you no issues at all, and then you have to activate the memory by using bombs in order to light the flames, and this leads to a very funny cutscene where everything on the table is burning because you use the bomb to light a candle, after which you have to fight with the last boss essentially of the expansion, which is Iris's biggest fear. And this is pretty much the Olgierd fight, but with a bunch of Olgierds instead of just one. And again, just like with the regular Olgierd, you are not required to use any signs whatsoever in order to beat them. You defeat them, Iris finally gives you the rose as she has let go of her fears. And you go to the tavern quickly to deliver the rose to Olgierd, however he isn't there. But Master Mirror is in there and he shows you a very cool trick where he stops time, and that's actually awesome. I want to do that. Why does the bad guy have all the great abilities? After Geralt was done being amazed by Master Mirror, he decided that it was best to actually get rid of him, so he asked Shani for help, but she couldn't help him, so his last option was Professor Shake's lock, and he had made his door sword-proof. However, he didn't think that Geralt would carry bombs, so his protection was for nothing. After which Geralt went to talk with the professor who refused to help him, and so Geralt did the only right thing he could have and took his food away and also removed all the charms he had placed around his house, which meant that he didn't last long afterwards. He could have just helped me, but he decided against it, and now he was in this position because of that. So now with Shake's lock dead, Geralt had absolutely no other option but to follow Ogier's request and deliver his soul to Master Mirror, who arrived like the biggest badass ever, just walking on air. And while he was about to kill Ogier, Geralt decided that no, this was not gonna happen. Ogier was a good man who absolutely abused all of his friends and family members, but hey, we played a game of Gwent with him once, so he wasn't that bad of a guy. So Geralt tried to trick Master Mirror, and he actually fell for it and agreed to a fair fight where Geralt just had to find him, and if he did, Master Mirror would just go away. And so Geralt had to find the guy, and thankfully you don't need to use any signs in order to find him. However, when you reach the place with the fountain, you have to use a bomb instead of art in order to blow up the wall and get the water flowing. This is more than enough to win you the battle and defeat Master Mirror, who afterwards disappears, and you are free to walk away along with Olgierd, who thanks you for saving his life by giving you his sword. This is where the expansion ends, and unfortunately we were unable to beat Hearts of Stone without using signs, due to that one scene in the Von Everett crypt where you were forced to use Igni in order to resurrect Vladimir. That means we failed the challenge, however I will be back with a vengeance and return to do Blood and Wine as well and see if that one is possible to do without using signs. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.